Hello, thank you for calling. Thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. And today we're looking at how to solve system of equations from context graphically. So that's what we're looking at today. How to solve system of equations from context graphically. So I'm going to do a couple of problems here. I'm going to start off with this first one here. Um, Kaylantra and Samantha work at a dry cleaner ironing shirts. I'm going to call her Kay or Kia. I don't know. But she could iron 30 shirts per hour, and Samantha could iron 15 shirts per hour. Kay and Sam work a combined 11 hours and iron 240 shirts. Graphically solve a system of equations in order to determine the number of hours K worked, which is X, and the number of hours Sam worked, which is Y. So we're going to have K, X is going to represent the number of hours K works. And Y is going to equal the number of hours Sam works. Okay? So, and before when we was doing problems like this, we would say different letters represented by some of the stuff that's in the problem. And it's important that we use X and Y. They tell us to use X and Y because we're going to graph. Okay? And the graph is going to have an X and a Y. So this X is going to be for K, and this Y is going to represent for Sam. Alright, so what we got to do now is write the two equations. So K irons 30 shirts per hour, and Sam irons 15 shirts per hour. Okay, now K and Sam work a combined 11 hours and get 240 shirts. So for every hour K works, which is X, she gets, let's see this again, 30 shirts done. And every hour that Sam works, she gets 15 shirts done. So together they get 240 shirts. We put the Y in here. So that's one equation, 240 shirts. Okay. Now the other equation, and this is a standard form. Both of these are going to be standard form. Usually I would write the standard form on top of each other. But here I want to write them side by side. So the other one here is they worked a total of 11 hours. So you take the hours that K works, which is X, and the hours that Sam works, which is Y, add them together, and you get 11 hours. And now we have two equations. Now what we're going to do is just graph both of these equations and see where they cross. So, and the way we're going to use to graph these is some we're going to use X and Y intercepts, and some we're going to use, Y equals mx plus b. But on both of these, we're going to use X and Y intercepts. So if I plug in 0 for Y, meaning the Y is going to be 0, what would X be? So that would be 30x is equal to 15 times 0, which would be 0, is equal to 240. Okay, and if we go ahead and solve that, divide by 30, then X is equal to 8. What if X is 0? We plug in 0 in for X, then you end up with 15Y is equal to 240, and divide by 15. And Y is equal to 16. So you got 2 points. You've got X is 8, 0, and Y is 0, 16. See that? So we got 2 points there, and that's the first graph. Okay. Alright, matter of fact, what I'm going to do is go ahead and graph those first. Alright, so 8, 0 would be come down here and make a point. and go up to 16 and make a point. I'm going to shrink it a little bit so we can make this work, and draw a line between those 2 points. Alright, so you got one line. And on Delta Math, it'll be a lot easier because they make the lines for you. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing over here. So when y is 0, what would x be? Well, that's real easy. X will be equal to 11. And when y is 0, when x is 0, what would y be? Y would equal 11. So anytime you see it with no coefficients or anything like that, both of your variable terms, when one is 0, the other one is 11, or whatever number that's out here. So here, when x is 11, when y is 0, and y is 11 when x is 0. So these are your 2 points that you want to plot. Okay, so if I come up here and plot those 2 points, and it's basically 11 and 11. And see where they cross at. Alright, and where they cross at is right here. Okay, so at that point, and I'm going to say it's right here, 5, 6, what do we have? Well, we know that K worked 5 hours, and Sam worked 6 hours. And that's it. That is solving the system equation graphically. I'm going to zoom in here and make sure you can see it. Alright, let's do one more problem. And on this problem, we'll have to actually use the slope intercept on it. Okay? Let's see. And I want to use one where we have to like do some stuff here. So let's look at number 4. No, not number 4. Let's look at number 7. Alright, so a contractor needs to buy, let me see if I can squeeze it all in here, but a contractor needs to buy nails to build a house. The nails come in a small box and large box. Each small box has 200 nails, each large box has 600 nails, and the contractor bought twice as many small boxes as large boxes, which altogether had 3,000 nails. Graphically, solve the system of equation in order where the number of small boxes is x and the number of large boxes is y. Okay, so and I'm gonna zoom in here and try to get all this to fit in here. So x is the small box, right, and y is the large box. So since there is 200 nails in each large box, has 600 nails. Small box has 200, large box has 600. So I'm make that equation pretty simple. 200 times x plus 600 times y. So it's 200 for every small, 600 for every large. And that's going to equal 3,000. Okay. Now let's see. Now the contractor brought twice as many small boxes as large boxes. So you would have the small box, which is X, is equal to the large box, twice the large box here, which is Y. Alright, trying to use my X and Y here. So here with this 200X plus 600Y, same thing we did on the other one. We plug in 0 for Y, and what we get for X? Well, you have 200X equal to 3,000. And that'll mean X will equal 15 when you divide by 200. Okay, and then if you have 600Y equal to 3,000. When you divide by 600 here, Y is equal to it's equal to 5. Okay, so now we've got those. I'm gonna graph those right quick. We've got Y is equal to 5 and X is equal to 15. So I got 5 and 15 and draw a line. It's not perfect. Alright, now here on this other one, I've got X is equal to 2Y. Now what I want to do is solve this for Y. So a lot of times you might have the Y already out here, but we don't. So I'm going to swap it around. Say 2Y is equal to X, divide by 2, and Y is equal to 1 over 2X. I'm going to put a plus 0 so my y-intercept is out there. So what I'm going to do on this is I'm going to go to 0 on my y-axis. And I'm going to change colors here. I'm going to go to 0, go up 1 and over 2, and make a line there. Alright? So that's a slope intercept instead of just the x and y intercepts. So now, where does it meet at? Well, it meets right here at 6 and 3. Okay? So what does that mean? We've got 6 small boxes and 3 large boxes. So I'm going to zoom in here and make sure you can see everything I did. So I divided the 200, got 15. Divided the 600 here, got 5. Then solve this for y. I want to make sure I do this one. Sometimes you just have the y's already there. You just have to go ahead and just graph it. But here, I have to swap it around, solve for y, and then just graph them and see where they cross at. That's it. That is solving system of equations from context graphically. I want to thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.